Bust it.
Hello and thanks for staying with us. Welcome to Political Platform. My name is Amici Anapwe. Abuja is calmer now than yesterday. It was turbulence everywhere, tensions, anxiety, information not very clear. You saw how we battled yesterday to provide you with the on-the-spot assessment and reportage of the incidents, developments, events, whichever one you may classify that took place yesterday. But as the dust continue to settle, the issue of which party is in the majority in the Senate especially is still a subject of controversy. Senate leader Ahmed Lawan claims the APC is still ahead with 52 seats, PDP 50, Action Democratic Party 3, ABGA 1 and 2 vacancies. ABGA 1 because Selodwa, who has announced her defection from the PDP to the ABGA, has not brought it to the attention of the Senate. So officially she's still with the PDP. But yesterday, 14 senators of the APC moved over to the PDP. 32 members of the House of Representatives of the APC defected to the PDP. 4 APC senators moved over to the Action Democratic Party. 1 PDP member, Tony Nwulu, moved to the UPP. So it was a gale of defections in the House of Representatives and the Senate. Okay, Jeff resigned from the APC. Chairman of the House Committee on Ethics and Rules resigned from the APC. He says has not made up his mind on where to go. And Larry Tejosho, one of those that was said to have moved to the PDP, says he also resigned from the APC and is here to make the formal announcement over where to go. Expectedly, an avalanche of reactions from the president, the APC chairman, the PDP and the police saying they did not authorize the siege that took place at the residences of Saraki and Ekweremadu. He says they said most likely what happened was that the security details attached to Saraki were those that prevented his convoy from leaving the residence. Very funny, you may say. The FCC was one of the security agencies that cordoned off the Deputy Senate President's residence. They were there early in the morning, as early as 6 a.m., but later on in the day or in the morning, we saw a release from the EFCC, a letter actually addressed to Ike Ekweremadu, where he was asked to report to the EFCC same yesterday by 10 a.m. And 1 or 2 errors in that letter, asking Ekweremadu to come and interview the undersigned. Instead of to be interviewed by the undersigned. Was it because it was done hurriedly? Well, we don't know, but these are, who say is a printer's devil, mistakes have come on everywhere. We shall also be giving you the various perspectives to what happened yesterday. We hope to get online through the telephone. Spokesperson of the APC, Bolaji Abdullahi, and Secretary General of the Conference of Nigeria's Political Parties, Chief Wile Ezugwu, to give you further perspectives on these issues. My colleague is here with me in the studio, Shola Jaisemi. Thank you so much for coming around.
Very interesting times politically, one would say, because of the incidents that we saw happening in Abuja yesterday morning. Well, parts of Abuja, actually, to be precise, the highbrow areas where there's a top government official stay, Maitama, where all this occurred.
And as Apo,
yes, exactly. Now, see, one of the things I want to, some are saying we are not part of this. Senator Adesoji Akanbi immediately addressed a press conference yesterday at the Senate Press Center. He said, look, my name is on that list, but I am not part of the decamping senators. I still remain a key member of the APC, so count me out. But the reaction of the president is what is instructive to me here. The statement that came out from the Aso Rock Villa, clearly said, look, this party, which I'm privileged to be a leader of, I'm the president, so I'm one of the leaders. I believe this party is still intact despite the defection, the decampment of some of the federal lawmakers, or of course, like you said, both in the House of Representatives and in the Senate. So the president says we are not worried. We will continue to provide good government, good governance, leading the people of Nigeria in good light. That's President Buhari's view to what has happened yesterday. And he also mentioned that, well, there's freedom of association. But a question I would like to quickly ask is it that these defecting lawmakers, federal lawmakers, Senate and House of Reps, is there any, something about that clause about the circumstances of decamping coming into play? Because are we going to put forward the fact that you cannot leave your party if there's no faction is not in that party?
It's very clear.
So when we see the RAPC,
when the RAPC announced their split from the main party and claimed they were the original party, it was all clear that they were providing the legal basis for those that hoped to leave the party to do so. Because what they said yesterday was that, as far as they are concerned, there's a division in the and our law says you can only defect when there's a division, but the final arbiter is the courts, because of our land. But before you get to the court, it is the responsibility of the presiding officer, the Senate President, or the Speaker of House of Representatives, who will declare, based on the rules of the National Assembly, declare the seat vacant and write to the National Assembly and inform them that there are vacant seats here. They can interpret it to INEC for by-elections to be conducted. That was why the leadership, the question of who presides yesterday, was very paramount. That was why the PDP believes that the siege on the residencies of the Senate President and the Deputy Senate President was to prevent them from getting to the National Assembly. And our correspondent yesterday told us that Ahmed Lawan, the Senate leader, who was next on rank, came unusually early. So many believe it was a coup that was planned in such a way that once a President Buhari's senator is in charge, those that defected did not do it, because almost immediately a letter will get to the INEC for their seats to be declared vacant. So you also the reasons why all this played out. But another aspect that is still mysterious is, how did Senate President Bukola Saraki get to the Senate chambers? The police gave him a letter on Monday night asking him to report 8 a.m. on Tuesday. The same police barricaded his residence. But there are so many rumors flying around. One was that he did not sleep in his home, that he actually slept in the National Assembly. He saw it come. He knew it was coming, and he had tweeted the security agencies. Some other rumor has it that he slept elsewhere and drove himself to the National Assembly in a rickety vehicle. We cannot confirm any of these two, but what we can confirm to you was that he found himself to the National Assembly. That's very instructive, and it appears he's displaying a lot of political sagacity from the look of things. The contest between Bukola Saraki and his political opponents, since he joined politics, he has won. He even won his father when the father insisted that Bemisola, the sister, should succeed him as governor in 2011. He outwitted the father and put in Abdul Fattah Ahmed. He outwitted the PDP by leading the new PDP out of the PDP and joined the APC. When the APC won the election, he outwitted Ahmed Bola Tinubu and other chieftains of the APC and became the Senate President. Another
scenario, Amechi, when it was said that he also slept, it was alleged, rumored that Senator Saraki also, then senator, slept in the chambers on the day of that inauguration.
Yes, he had tweeted them on that inauguration by offering the PDP the position of the Deputy Senate President and getting an alliance from them. And again, yesterday, he appeared to have outwitted his opponents. Again, he has proven to be a man of high political strategy. But let's see whether Invest in the Future will really confirm or dispute this. We'll take a break. Take your mails and we'll take our course. Please don't go away. You're welcome back. It's the mail segment. I'm Etenikang Akepun.
Welcome.
And we begin with reactions to the sweeping defection at the National Assembly yesterday. Ikenna Moluku in Ikeja, Lagos State says, finally the chicken came home to roost yesterday when some APC members who have been more of PDP than APC decided to openly defect. There has been no doubt that they were going to defect and only the uniformed will be surprised. The euphoria across the land by PDP apologists is my major concern. I've looked at all the defectors and their reasons for defecting. It is clear that the defection was not based on bad governance or the interests of the suffering masses, but their personal interest. These defectors are looking for a platform to contest the 2019 elections. Simple. Majority of these defectors cannot win elections in their constituent. It is only Dr. Saraki who is yet to defect, but will ultimately defect that, in my view, can boast of winning elections any day in his state. In fact, majority of them from the north rode on the back of President Muhammadu Buhari to win elections in 2019. Some of them are Abuja-based and cannot even return to their state for fear of their governors. It is interesting, and we are watching how events will play out in 2019. By the time PDP conducts their congresses, most of them will further defect because the umbrella will not accommodate all of them and their interests. Governance can take the backstage now as elections draw nearer. Long live Nigeria.
More reactions. Swanu Prince in Rivers State says, the long-expected defection from the APC, which occurred yesterday, didn't take me by surprise. The act was not for the sake of Nigeria or its citizens, but as usual, for the advancement of the greed of the political class. It is normal for the PDP to rejoice, but as a concerned Nigerian, I won't be surprised if these guys should in the days ahead cause more trouble in the PDP and return to the APC or defect again to another party if they lose the tickets of the PDP. In all of this, what Nigeria needs is an enlightened populace who would understand the antics and tactics of politicians and avoid being tossed alongside with them.
More reactions. Anyefiok Ntia in Sangota, Ogun State says, I read the presidency's reaction on the siege of the residencies of the two principal officers of the Senate, Dr. Bukola Saraki and Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu, simultaneously yesterday by the Nigeria Police, EFCC, DSS, and so on. The presidency neither condemns the acts nor convinced Nigerians that it was not their plan with the security agencies. On my submission, this was another failed coup plotted to remove the leadership of the Senate and is totally condemnable under democracy. However, it is on record and history that on the 24th of July 2018, Buhari's administration connived with security agencies to overthrow Senate leadership and muzzle Nigeria democracy. Nigeria Police, the EFCC, DSS should desist from being partisan, desist from allowing themselves to be used as instruments against our democratic rule. We say no to dictatorship. Nigeria deserves better. And that does it on the mail segment. Keep sending your mails to politicalplatform@repower.fm. Thank you so much for staying with us. Let's quickly go to Bolaji Abdullahi. He is the spokesperson of the APC, National Publicity Secretary of the APC. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good morning.
We have seen how you have reacted to the developments yesterday at the National Assembly. What level of a loss will you say it is for your party?
Can you please take that again?
How will the developments yesterday in the National Assembly impact on the fortunes of the APC going into the 2019 elections?
Well, I mean, like we repeatedly maintained, it's never a good thing to lose your members to other parties, no matter how strong you are as a political party. It's always good to have people rather than people leaving. But it's important for us not to lose perspective of what is going on. Most of the issues that form the grievances of some of these individuals that have become or left our party, if you look at them closely, they are all, most of them are all local issues that affect these politicians in relation to other political players in their respective states. Yes, our leaders have tried to manage the situation and tried to give assurances and commitments. Maybe those issues have gone too deep for these individuals to have the level of confidence that needed. Don't forget, elections are coming up quickly, and everyone is looking at their positions and looking at their interests. And I think that's what's driven what has happened. But because it's also about interest, not because they are individual or deep commitment or fundamental disagreement on principle, then it means that it's also possible to deal with them, deal with issues moving forward. We are confident that regardless of the actions that these people are taking, we are confident that many of them will still come back to our party. It's never too late in politics. As long as we keep talking, as long as the conversations are on the table, and as long as individuals are willing to keep an open mind, we are optimistic that we can still deal with these issues. But it is what it is. We are reviewing it, we are assessing it, and we believe that we can. We want to look at the positive side of it.
Are you also looking at the grievances some of them raised? For instance, some of them said up to 25 states of the Federation, there were parallel congresses for the APC. The issue of being sidelined, the issue of the party being hijacked. Are you also taking a look at some of these issues to see if there is merit in some of them?
Yeah, of course, absolutely. There is merit in some of them. Of course, there are some who are just simply opportunistic, but there are merit in some of them. Where you have issues of parallel congresses, and you see in some states you have the politics of winner take all, and when you leave people with no options, then you, like they say, you leave them more or less with no choices, and that is why the moment the new leadership came on board under Comrade Adams Oshomole, we've been working around the clock to deal with some of these issues, some of these complaints, and especially arising from the last congresses that we had. We believe that the issues can be dealt with. There are no easy solutions. They are complex issues in the sense that individuals have dug in for too long. But we believe that some of them can be dealt with. Don't forget, there are so many others who also threatened to leave our party, who haven't engaged with the leadership, had a change of mind and have remained in the party in spite of everything else. So we believe win some, lose some. Then we believe on the aggregate that we are going to emerge, we are going to come out of this stronger.
Okay, we just have to thank you so much, Bolaji Abdullahi, for your time.
Thank you very much. My pleasure. Thank you.
Bolaji Abdullahi is the spokesperson of the APC. He says, yes, it's a loss somehow. You can't discountenance it, but it's born mostly by selfish interest, but they will prevail at the end of the day.
Well, Bolaji Abdullahi, a soulmate, well, if you permit me to say that, of Senate President Bukola Saraki. Personally, for me, I think I was a little surprised as a political watcher that Bolaji still stood firm and held on to the post of National Publicity Secretary. So, but has he broken ranks? Well, that's personal between him and his mentor, Senator Saraki. Now, looking at the issues he has raised, as the Oshomole-led National Working Committee of the All Progressives Congress really done enough to avert this decampment? This is just in the National Assembly.
Okay, we have Chief Willie Zugu. He is the Secretary General of the Conference of Nigeria's Political Party. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
So how will you describe what happened yesterday in Abuja, the siege in the residences of the presiding officers of the Senate, and developments within the Senate and the House where there were defections?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I think what happened in the National Assembly yesterday happened to the two hierarchy or head of the red chambers in the Nigerian Senate was like a foiled coup d'etat.
Why would you say that? The police said they didn't deploy anybody to Saraki's residence.
Well, from every indication, we saw them and we had them. We had both the for the main fact that the same morning that Saraki is being wanted or being asked to report by police, for the same morning that the Deputy Senate President's house was condoled or put in a state by the police and rest of them, or EFCC writing a letter to come that morning, means, and for what we heard, the buses that left the Nikon hotel down to the National Assembly, and the way the Senate President came into the National Assembly unknowingly through sneaking at that level, and the insult of the number 3 citizen of this country and the fourth person is quite very, very something we can say is a kind of a coup d'etat. Because how can 2 of them in the same day, the same time, be put into a kind of hiding, or rather a kind of hostage? So automatically, the plan they wanted to change the hierarchy of the National Assembly or the Senate did not happen again. Now, unfortunately, the Senate President was able to be in the chambers. So, from every other thing, if you have to be sincere to ourselves as Nigerians, it is very, very insulting to every Nigerian. And to our democracy too.
Well, the security agencies, they have a responsibility to maintain laws. And would they owe anybody apology as to the time they want to invite some citizens, no matter how highly placed? Does the law say not say everybody is equal before the law?
Yes, of course, but you see, that is theoretical. When they talk everybody is equal before the law, you now find out me and you, how many people guide us? But they have about 40 people guiding them, 20. Security will they pay from the taxpayers' money. But that notwithstanding, the most important thing is that whatever any person think about, what happened yesterday was very, very unnecessary. And insult to the democracy of this country. That shows they are not actually practicing democracy. It's just like what I said in one of their programs in Focus Nigeria. I told them that the meaning of democracy is government for the people by the people. But what the practice in this country, Nigeria, is nothing but satanic democracy.
We have to thank you so much, Chief Willie Ezubu, Secretary General of the Conference of Nigeria's Political Parties, for your perspective.
Strong words there from the CNPP leader, but it's still early days. But the more Nigerians continue to voice out their own divergent views on what has happened, the better for our democracy. There's this saying, those who are politically alive and alert in the Second Republic will remember what Alhaji Wazir Ibrahim said of the then GNPP, defunct now. He said, let us play politics without bitterness. And that's the admonition most Nigerians will definitely give to the political class at this particular time.
And we also ask them to softly, jeje, like the Yorubas will call it, national interest should prevail. Yes, there are selfish interests here. It's all about selfish interests. It starts from you as an individual, recognizing yourself as an entity. You have every right to push your interests and advance and protect it. Beyond your individual level, you have to form alliances, and up to the international level where even states align. So as much as you're doing this, protecting, promoting, advancing your interests, consider the overall national interest. There's a need, not just for the politicians, for the government, and for the security agencies, and for the citizenry to always show caution and restraint in approach to politics, struggle for state power, and more importantly, the forthcoming 2019 general elections. Continue to send your mails to us. We do enjoy them. We'll share it with the rest of Nigeria. And thank you so much for ever remaining with us. On behalf of my colleagues, my name is Amit Chanok. We do enjoy your time.